Then he goes and takes with him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell there. And the last of that man is worse than the first. So shall it also be with this wicked generation. In Matthew 12, I believe Christ speaks of the essence of the natural and carnal man in all of us and the increasing lawlessness of this man through each successive generation. This aligns with the following. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. Note the following from Vincent's word studies in the New Testament. Shall abound, literally, shall be multiplied, of many. The AV, in omitting the definite article, misses the force of Christ's saying, it is not the love of many people only that shall be chilled, but of the many, the majority, the great body. Wax cold. The verb means originally to breathe or blow, and the picture is that of spiritual energy blighted or chilled by a malign or poisonous wind. Remember, 7 other spirits added to himself makes 8. Might this agree with Revelation 17:11? As for the beast that was and is not, it is an 8th, but it belongs to the 7, and it goes to destruction. What does 8 signify? A new beginning or cycle of sowing and reaping, where each new cycle sees an exponential increase. One seed leads to more seeds and cycles, which then leads to even more seeds and cycles, and so on. In light of the 7 things God hates, the cycle begins with a proud look and ends with sowing discord, so the beginning of another cycle follows the same pattern. Note what we're told about this 8th entity in Revelation 17. It is called the beast that was and is not, and it belongs to the 7. Was and is not? I believe this points to the great red dragon of Revelation 12:3, which has the same 7 heads and 10 horns as the beast in Revelation 13. As Revelation 12 shows, this dragon was but then is not. That is, it is thrown down to the earth. This being the case, John then sees another beast rising out of the earth where it had been thrown down to. Then I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, and it spoke like a dragon. It exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence, and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound was healed. In keeping with the dragon of Revelation 12, we're told this entity spoke like a dragon and exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence, and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound was healed. The phrase mortal wound basically means a death stroke. The fact that this dragon is slain but then rises from death suggests resurrection, but a resurrection of the unjust. We're also told that the dragon gave his power and his throne and great authority to the beast that rises out of the sea. We then read, one of its heads seemed to have a mortal wound, but its mortal wound was healed, and the whole earth marveled as they followed the beast. And they worshiped the dragon, for he had given his authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast, and who can fight against it? 7 heads, 10 horns, followed by an 8, which belongs to the 7, and it goes to destruction. Who is this dragon that is so closely associated with the beast? We're given its identity later in Revelation. And I saw, coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, 3 unclean spirits like frogs. First the dragon, followed by the beast, then the false prophet. And what comes out of their mouths? 3 unclean spirits, denoting a complete witness of carnality. As we know, all of this is inward, So the beast speaks of the carnal nature, while the seven heads denote the aspects of the carnal mind. And what is carnality? The entrance of pride, the inordinate love of self. This being true, the dragon or false prophet denotes this pride that sustains the carnal nature and mind. Please consider. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I test the mind, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his doings. Who is the false prophet of Revelation? The heart, which is deceitful above all things. Remember what Paul wrote? For sin, seizing an opportunity through the commandment, deceived me, and through it killed me. Friend, one cannot be deceived unless the heart is filled with an excessive love of the self. For pride draws pride. Now, may I be a little more specific? Not only does the dragon or false prophet typify the deceptive aspects of our own hearts, it also denotes the religious system of the Jews in Jesus' day. I base this on the following. They answered and said to him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said to them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man who has told you the truth which I heard from God. Abraham did not do this. You do the deeds of your father. Then they said to him, we were not born of fornication. We have one Father, God. Jesus said to them, if God were your Father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Nor have I come of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech? Because you are not able to listen to my word. You are of your father, the devil, and the desires of your father you want to do. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it. Who opposed Christ during his time on earth. It was the religious leaders, yet they claimed to be Abraham's children. But what did Jesus say about their inward condition? You are of your father, the devil. This coincides with Revelation 12:9, where we're told that the great dragon is called the devil and Satan. When we bring the passages in John 8 together with those in Matthew 23, we have an accurate view of the problem: pride. If my perspective is correct, and the dragon denotes the religious system of the Jews in Jesus' day, then the beast in Revelation 13 would also denote a religious system. Since it rises out of the sea, and the sea typifies all nations, then the beast of Revelation 13 represents the religious system of the Gentiles or nations. Does it not? Once we establish this understanding, we can then make sense of several things that regard the beast. In our next study, we will look into these things.